Alright, so we just got the countdown notification for the global release of MUSHOKU Tensei Jobless Reincarnation collaboration here on Grand Cross, and in today's video I'm gonna go over exactly what you need to do in order to prepare for the arrival of the 4 new characters. You can check the timestamps in the description down below for the different parts of the video, and while you're down there do consider liking the video and subscribing if you're new for some more Grand Cross content. But with that, yeah, let's just jump into it. Alright, so any new unit we get is absolutely going to be a resource hog in this day and age when we have to level up to level 100, we have 6-star Super Awaken. It's just gonna cost a lot of resources, and this is especially true for new collaborations because you get 4 new units. Reruns of collaborations are a little bit easier if you've already pulled on the original collaboration, because then you only have 2 new units to worry about. Reruns of collaborations that you have not previously pulled on and you intend on getting all characters, that's gonna be like 6 new characters. Oh my god, dude. Well, luckily for us, we only have 4 new characters to worry about, or I guess unluckily. So those new characters are going to take a lot of resources to not only level up, but like Super Awakened. So just exactly how many resources are they gonna take? Well, in terms of like raw gold, it's going to be about 11 million gold to get 1 unit from level 1 SSR to level 100 UR. And with 4 new characters, that's going to be about 44 million gold. So as you can see, I do have a lot of gold to still farm out. Now in terms of materials that we're going to need to level them up, you're going to need a bunch of these books. So because 2 of the characters are red and 2 of them are green, depending on sort of what characters you're going for, you're going to have to get the books specifically for them, of course. And if you don't have any specific, like say 6-star books, you can just go to King and exchange some of the lower ones up to some of the higher ones, right? So exactly how many books are you gonna need? Well, you're gonna need 10 3-star books, 2 4-star books, 1 5-star book, and 8 6-star books to get 1 unit from level 1 to level 100. Now, even if you don't intend to summoning, you're still gonna get the new free Ares character. And honestly, she's quite good in PvE content, so getting her up isn't the worst idea ever. But in terms of like getting 4 new units up, you're gonna of course have to multiply that by 4, so that's gonna become 40 3-star books, 8 4-star books, 4 5-star books, and 32 6-star books. Half of them being red books and half of them being green books if you're going for all 4 units. Now the biggest hurdle for most people when it comes to leveling up new units is going to be, do you have enough SSR pendants? So as you can see, I probably don't have enough here. But let's just find out exactly how many you need. Level 1 unit up from level 1 to 100, you are of course going to need the equivalent of 33 SSR pendants. Now I'm saying the equivalent of because if you do have some UR pendants, those are valued at 6 SSR pendants, because if you go to King Shop, you can of course exchange 6 SSR pendants for 1 UR pendant right here. So you just go here, you select the 6 SSR pendants and you get like a UR pendant, right? So whatever I say, just do know that for 1 unit it's either gonna be 33 SSR pendants or 21 SSR pendants and 2 UR pendants, but just do the calculations however you want. For 4 units that's of course gonna be multiplied by 4, so 132 SSR pendants or 84 SSR pendants and 8 UR pendants. So that is going to take a lot of farming, and we'll go over in a bit exactly how you can go about farming that in the next couple of days to ensure that perhaps you're going to get a little bit closer to being able to max out all the units that you want to max out. So now in terms of demon materials, you're of course going to need a bunch of, well, of each demon material as well as you level up. So basically for 1 unit you're going to need 50 red demon horns, 80 grey demon wings, 80 Howlex ears, 145 Belmoth cores, and 125 OG demon names. Or energies, I suppose they're called. And of course, for 4 units, that's gonna be 500 OG demon energies, 580 Belmoth cores, 320 Howlex ears, 320 Grey demon wings, and 200 red demon horns. Now, during specific events, of course, you can exchange them with King for, like, you can exchange red demon horns and stuff like that for some of the higher materials. And if I actually log into my JP account, I can actually show that to you. Okay, so here on JP, if you go to King, you will notice that we do have a exchange event right here. And if you go for any of these, you can of course exchange them for some of the higher materials. You can of course do this for all of them. Most of the time you will have a lot of like red demon horns, because we do get a lot of them for like events and stuff like that. So you probably shouldn't be low on them, but if you are, just know you can go here and exchange them. Now I can also mention that in terms of like SSR pendants, you can of course increase the lower ones into some of the higher ones. It takes 10 of the R ones for 1 SR one, and then 10 of the SR ones for 1 SSR one. So, but I would still save some of the lower ones in case you do want to level up some of these older units, some of the SR and SSR units. So for example here, he takes the SR pendants, and I do believe Alione here takes the R pendants. So you keep that in mind as well, but you will get more of those than the SSR Pendants, of course, and we'll go over like how you can actually farm out the SSR Pendants when we actually get to it. So now you do have your units at 100. Now you do need to awaken them, and the best way, of course, is to just go to Merlin and like craft one of these awakening stars. You just fuse all the materials, and of course you get them. You should also get a bunch of them from events and stuff like that, but if you generally just go here, it will also clear like your box space and stuff like that. So, and now that you have awakened one of your units, you will of course have to go and super awaken them. And super awakening a unit, of course, is going to cost a lot of super awakening coins, and it's also going to depend on like what your ult level with that character is. At 1/6, of course, you don't need to do anything to further unlock this. I'm just gonna have a look at my ult levels on all my units. So for example, my Beatrice being 1/6, anytime I want to super awaken her, I do have to use 3 of these super awakening coins just to unlock the super awakening possibility. So for every level from 2-star to 6-star, it is going to cost you 3, so a total of up to 15 of these super awakening coins, but it also depends on how many dupes of all of the new units you have. If you have them 6/6, you of course won't have to use up to 15 of these extra, or I guess one like regular one, because one is equivalent to 225, which is how much you get from 3 of these. Now the amount you're gonna need to get to 6-star super awakening with one unit is between 48 and 63 super awakening coins. Now this is all going to depend on how high your ult level is going to be. Of course, if you have a unit at 6/6, subtract 15 super awakening coins from that, and that is the range. So 48 if you have that unit 6/6, or 63 if you have that unit 1/6. And for 4 units, that becomes a range of 192 to 252 super awakening coins. And depending on how many like SSR coins you have that you want to use, of course count each coin as 3 SA coins. So we'll go over like how you can actually farm that out in just a moment here as well. So now that you actually leveled up your units, you have them fully enhanced, fully super awakened, all of that good stuff, it's time to actually give them gear. So what gear is the best gear for them? So we'll go over them one by one, and we'll start with Rudius. Now Rudy is of course a powerhouse when it comes to dealing damage because of his passive, the way that it works, as well as like his single target flood card. He's gonna hit for so hard, so you do kind of want to put attack crit on him. Of course, his crit chance isn't the greatest until he gets 5 orbs, so like only one of those attacks will crit, but attack crit is sort of a safe bet both for PvP and PvE. Though if you do want to go first, HP defense wouldn't be the worst either, because he's gonna be in a human team, and in order to get like 5 of these orbs, it's gonna take you 2 turns. So if you can limit the amount of times the enemies can attack you by actually going first, that's gonna just be 1 attack before you can sort of do your second attack, get the full stacks, and also like finish off the attack combo with 5 stacks and one of his single target cards. That will sort of ensure that you can at least survive and get one of those off. If you go second with him, you will of course have to deal with like 2 full rotations of the enemy attacking you in PvP, and that can be quite annoying. But for PvE content, and specifically if you want to take him into the demonic beast, of course attack crit is going to be what you want to go for there. Potentially even attack defense if you find that he is taking too much damage, and maybe like crit resistance sub rolls or something. But then again, we don't really know if he is going to be good for perhaps specific guild bosses or specific final bosses where you want to like score high. Then of course for him specifically, scoring high would be dealing a lot of damage, so attack crit would be nice there, but a lot of those also give you points for having more HP, so HP defense might not be the worst choice either. So either attack crit or HP defense is what I would suggest for Rudy. So as for Ares, the free unit, this is sort of the same boat as Rudius, but she will only be like useful for PvE content, and that includes guild boss as well as final boss. So again, I don't know, HP defense might be a safe bet, though you might get some more damage output with attack crit. Of course, I'm pretty sure she won't really be able to crit all that much, so attack defense might be a good bet there. And that is basically because she only has 72% crit chance, so in like the demonic beast, she's pretty much not going to be able to crit. She is a support unit, of course. She doesn't have like the strongest hitting cards, but she does increase your attack related stats by 10% and single target damage by 15% for every red unit that is a human on the field. So in 4v4 situations like the knighthood boss battle, that's going to be 40% attack related stats and 60% single target damage. Very crazy actually, but in terms of gear, I think HP defense is a safe bet for her. Now for the other 2 units, let's just go over Roxy here. She again is more of a support and doesn't deal a lot of damage. Even her ultimate is mostly used as like a debuff ultimate, and of course she's just here to give you a shield. Now the shield is based off her attack, just like Goddess Liz, so having something like attack defense for her might not be the worst best idea ever, because you're getting like a stronger shield and you're giving her a little bit of survivability, which I think will go a long way in PvP. Perhaps that is what you want to go for, though I don't know exactly how strong the shield is going to be compared to like if you just go full HP defense. HP defense might be the safer bet even, so because shields are quite easily broken these days anyway. I don't know, HP defense might be the way to go. But then again, if you can like prevent them from actually breaking your shield, you will like increase your unit's attack related stats by 20%, which is really nice. And as for Ghislaine or Ghislaine, I don't exactly know how you pronounce her name. Let's just say Ghislaine. The gear I would put on her is HP defense, just straight up. She's of course gonna be like a Gallant type unit where you want the mark target to actually attack her. Just put red Tarmil on her, give her that extra survivability that HP defense provides for her. She does hit kind of hard, but then again, she's more used as like a control type unit where you're gonna lower the mark target's attack related stats by 30%. Now in the current meta with the one ultimate and with Mael, with those two units being the units that have the highest CC and will be the units that are marked, they can of course not be stat lowered. Of course Escanor can be stat lowered, but not beyond like his base stats, so only every extra bit of stats that he does get can be lowered. But Mael straight up cannot be lowered. That's why I think this unit is sort of future proof, so she's gonna work great against any other festival that you can of course lower their attack related stats on. So for example Purgatory Meliodas, he is probably going to be the one in the demon team that has the most stats and of course that has the highest CC, and is of course going to be the unit that is marked by Ghislaine. Now in that situation, having Melib only being able to attack her, having his attack related stats lowered, having that extra like survivability on top of that is gonna be very crazy, because you basically have a free taunt on this unit and you don't really want her to die too quickly. And we're like future proofing, the damage output she gains is of course going to be negated by future festival units having so much more survivability than what we currently have, and going like attack crit on her or whatever, or even attack defense might not be the best idea. So I would go HP defense on her 100%. Now that we've gone over all that, what you need to do to level the units up to max them out, as well as how to gear them, let's just quickly go over how you can farm all of that out. So basically for the demon materials, of course you want to do it either on normal if you're missing any of the red demon, grey demon or the Howlex materials, or on hell difficulty if you're missing the Belmoth ones you get up here and the OG demon ones you get down here. There are plenty of guides on YouTube if you need help with any of those demons. I would suggest do it on like the hardest difficulty that you can do for your dailies. And as for invites, like just spam this one right here. That one's really quick 2-turning it, and this one is of course going to be a 3-turn one. So is this one. So if you have the team for hell, of course prioritize that over extreme, but for like speed, if you just want to speed through it, you don't get that much lower materials or chance at lower materials than if you were to do it on just extreme. So you can of course get better thingies and the cards of course. Now the big thing of course is going to be the SSR pendants, and one of the best ways to get it is to just go into here. You're gonna use your keys and you want to like auto farm it to get a chance at not just getting SSR pendants from the gold boxes, because a lot of times you will get that as well, but also like filling up this bar is going to give you one SSR pendant, which is nice. Now if you're sort of lacking keys for that dungeon, because we do get 3 keys every single day, you can of course go here and you can use your friendship tokens to buy 3 of the keys. That is what I'm gonna do right here now. I do believe you get about 2,000 a day. Oh, you can't buy more than once a day, so it's a daily count of 1. All right, well that's totally fine, because you can still buy keys with silver coins, which is really nice. If you've been playing the game for a while, you should have accumulated quite a lot of them. You can also buy the stamina potions here as well, which is going to help you farm out some of the other materials you're going to need as well. Or you can just straight up buy SSR pendants from the gold coin shop. With 10 gold coins you can get 1 SSR pendant. With about 1,000 gold coins you can get of course 100 SSR pendants, which of course is very close to the amount you need at 132 SSR pendants. So if you're really lacking and you do have the coins for it, you can just straight up buy it, or you can run it in the shop for the SR coins or the keys for Sarah Spire here. Just go here, you use one of those key bundles, you get 3 runs, and then you just do the runs. And hopefully you get some SSR pendants there. Now other places so you can get them of course is the Memory of Yggdrasil. You have to have progress through the Ragnarok story to get here, but you can basically buy 3 of them in the shop every single week. And if you're running the Memory of Earth, you can of course have a chance of getting an SSR pendant from the gold box. So there's that. You're of course going to get plenty of these and plenty of these as well. If you can get 10 of these, then it's going to be equivalent to 1 SSR pendant, so you can get them that way as well. And you're going to be able to get a bunch of these books if you're missing them out. So running this every single day, you can do 2 of them them because it resets at a 12-hour timer. You can just ensure that you get the most out of it. If however you need to like get your gear up, running this one right here is going to give you a lot of enhancement stones, so you can get a bunch of gear up quickly that way as well. So other places we can get SSR pendants, of course, is gonna be from the shop right here. You can just talk to this guy. I don't believe the Fight Festival one has SSR pendants specifically, but it does have Super Awakening coins, so you can just go there and grab some of those if you actually need them. But we'll go over them in a bit. But you can talk to here and you can like spend those brawl points. You're gonna get 3 of these every single reset, which is about every 3 weeks. So at least that's a little bit that you don't have to farm out. Or you can just go here into the guild boss shop or the guild shop and you can get 3 of these. I don't even know if it is on a specific like timer, if it's daily or weekly. It might be weekly, so I think it's weekly, because I think you can only get these every week, and I'm actually gonna get them here for the demon materials. But yeah, I think it resets weekly, so you can get 3 of them there. But of course, it's gonna be easier to get everything you need from the coin shop. Now, in terms of Super Awakening coins, the fastest way is, of course, gonna be here in the SP dungeon. You go into special, and you go to Clock Tower of Eternity. If you run this one, it is, of course, gonna drop you a bunch of coins. You should have some background footage of me doing that. I believe you can get at least, like if you reset it to where like the first mob pack drops 1 chest and then you kill the boss, that's gonna be at least 2 coins every run. You can do 12 runs with one of these keys. That's 24 coins, plus you almost get 3 full like fills of this bar here, which will give you 1 more. So let's just say 2. That's at least 26 coins every run. I did a run earlier today. I got 39 coins, so you can most definitely get a lot more. I believe you can get, if you get like a gold box on the first one and you get a gold box on the second stage, you're of course gonna get 6 of the Super Awakening coins. At most in those 12 runs, I got 5 coins. You can most definitely like get super lucky as well here. But that's like one way to get Super Awakening coins. Another way, of course, is to go into the PvP shop. I do believe you can buy 30 of them weekly, but it is gonna cost you a lot. So do this only as like a last resort. Always ensure that you at least have 10,000 of these whenever they release a new one of these cards here that you're gonna need for like Demonic Beast card sets and stuff like that. But yeah, you buy them in the Platinum shop, so you do have to have reached the Platinum rank to buy them, and you just buy 30 for 45,000 PvP coins. That's absolutely nuts. That's so many weeks of grinding, you know, just to get 30 of them, when you can get like about 30, perhaps even more than that, from running the time limited dungeon. And I do have a guide up for the time limited dungeon where you can basically just 2-turn it. I didn't release it too long ago, but I'll just put the link in the description down below so you can check it out if you need help with it. So of course, any of the evolution materials you can of course get from these evolution dungeons. Of course, any of the enhancement potions you can just get them from running this, and that should be that. Like you can put it on auto, it shouldn't take you too long. Gold farming as well, I can put a link in the description down below for like one of the fastest gold farming teams that basically one-shots every single turn. Just putting it on auto and letting the gameplay itself while you sleep for 8 hours is gonna net you a bunch of gold. So you can most definitely like farm this out in your sleep if you just have the right team for it, and it shouldn't be a problem. You don't need that much gold. I would suggest like get about 50 million gold, because you're gonna need a bunch of extra gold as well. Like when I said like how much gold you need in the beginning, I was of course also counting some of the holy relics that you're gonna be able to craft for the new units. That's gonna be 5 million gold just to craft them as well. But yeah, anyway, I think that wraps up everything in this guide. Tell me, are you excited for the new collaboration? Have you prepared for it yet, or will you actually prepare it? Because you do have a couple of days to actually prepare for it. But that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a most wonderful rest of your day, and yeah, I guess I catch you in the next one. Bye.